I've concluded that the AI for the major civs in Civ 6 and the AI for the Barbarians had to have been programmed by completely different people. The major Civ AIs execute their surprise wars with the efficiency of a Bronze League solo queue League of Legends team. The Barbarian AI, on the other hand, seems to play as if Ed Harris is leading fucking ex-SEAL Team 6 members to invade Alcatraz.
Who is this?
Mr. Director, you have a very serious problem. A battery of VX gas rockets is presently deployed to deliver a highly lethal strike on the population of the San Francisco Bay Area.
First, let's take a look at the usual tactics for the major Civ AIs. So we're playing here on Deity, and you can see that Mansa Musa here is deploying their usual AI strategy of lining up his warriors right at the border in visible range for a large number of turns and just sitting there. At this point, we aren't at war. In fact, he hasn't even denounced me. He does have that hilariously failed attempt at forward settling me, though. He couldn't get his population above 1. We're able to position appropriate defenses because Mansa Musa is tipping his hand as to the surprise war, which kicks off on turn 52. Unfortunately, since I did a shitty job of exploring, I actually have no idea where his city is. I do know it's somewhere to the north and the west based upon the loyalty pressure from the settler map. I'm actually so confident that his attack is going to fail that I'm dragging a settler along with me to try and settle closer to his borders once I defeat his shitty army here. By the way, we're not using any mods here. This is just official content with all the expansions and the New Frontier Pass. But there is something odd about this start, so if you think you can pick out what's odd about my starting spot by my capital there, go ahead and post what you think it is in the comments below. And while you're down there, if you want to like and subscribe, I'll share at the end what the oddity is if you aren't able to pick it out. Given we knew the attack was happening, we went ahead and built the Mayan Twins in advance, and that way we can continue building our infrastructure instead of focusing on military, because we plan on just getting kills with the Mayan Twins to build up our military using their defeated units. Now, although we crushed the invading force, when we did discover the Mali capital, it was positioned very poorly for a counterattack. Like, this fucker was buried out in the middle of the desert, like it had the fucking 300 Spartans guarding it in one little passage. Now, due to the positioning, we are still at war like 40 turns later, so this sets us up for our other point about how the Barbarians are fucking military tactical geniuses. Mansa Musa, of course, still trying to negotiate his way out.
What's going on? Somebody sucking my dick, or am I getting 1,000 pesos?
No, he's gonna... Pesos? Why didn't you say so?
So we are pushing our sieging forces up north through the canyon, not doing so great in this protracted battle, but, you know, no threats around our borders. And there's turn 103. We've spotted the 2 barbarian pikemen advancing. I guess we better get some defenses up since we didn't bother to put any walls around that city. I blame Liang. That is so not happening in time. Fucking brutal efficiency by the Barbarian AI. So much better than the major Civ AI. I just don't get it. Before I forget and before we go, did you manage to pick out what was odd about my capital city?
In peace, one is...
Well, you might have noticed I am playing as Coop of the Maori. And there doesn't seem to be any nearby ocean. So you can actually start on the land with no mods, just the official content, as Coop, if you select the lakes map. Since there's no ocean tiles, it will place you on a land tile, and you'll get all of the benefits of the extra population, the extra settler, and so on and so forth, to make up for Coop's disadvantage of starting in the ocean, but not actually start in the ocean. Thanks for watching. Do me a favor and like and subscribe if you are interested in getting more Civ 6 content. And if you're interested in digital deck building games or just variety content, there's a link to my other channel below.